Yeah, I turned the antenna on, and I happen to have the antenna pointing up for you. So, I goofed up earlier. I disconnected them for our lightning storm, and I was wondering why I was receiving the net and not hitting the repeater. Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you sure have a heck of a signal in here. It's back down a tiny bit, but wow, yeah, maybe we're going to have some good conditions here tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, you dropped down a bit. I could barely understand some of it there. Over.
Yeah, you've backed down to a 9 now, so but that's about 3S units over where my noise is sitting right here.
Yeah, you're kind of coming up and down from almost a 0 up to like a 1 or something, but I don't know what's going on. Anyway, what's going on? What's up?
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, I saw you go down to like way down and then almost into the noise and then very quickly come right back up again. So, well, we'll have to see. Maybe we're just going to have to be talking to people. Every other word, we'll hear them.
I don't know if you can hear me, Dave. WA6LOL, KM6SR. You dropped out totally on me. Over.
Yeah, I hear you. KM6SRR, WA6LOL. Yeah, you've gotten considerably weaker. Okay, well then I will we'll just sit here and see what happens, I guess.
Well, I got just a couple words out of it. You want to see, wait till the net and see what happens. We'll be standing by, KM6SRR.
All right, Rob, WA6LOL.
KM6SRR, WB6JNP, course goal.
Good evening, Dane. WB6JNP, KM6SRR.
Yeah, I just noticed, are you in Paso Robles?
No, I'm just down the hill from you. They gave me a course code address, but I'm here at the 1,000-foot elevation along 41. Over.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, boy, if you were in Paso Robles, that's what QRZ showed. If you were there, then, you know, I'm aimed in the wrong direction, and it sounded really good.
Well, QRZ, last time I checked, has me where I'm at here off of Road 406 and 41. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I thought you were local, but like I said, I just happened to pull up the thing on QRZ, and it showed a Paso Robles address, and I thought, this can't be, but, you know, we'll give it a shot.
Okay, well, that's interesting. I'll have to check it out. Anyway, I'll be standing by listening to our local Fresno Club net.
Yourself. We'll be here for the 7:30 net, which should start shortly as soon as Mikey wakes up. KM6SRR, WB6JNP, course code.
Okay, Dane. I can check in if you wish to have an early check-in there. Over.
Okay, well, mark it down, and like I said, I'll wait around for Mike. I've got time.
QSL, KM6SR, standing by. KI6 QEO, KM6 SRR.
K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox. Anybody here?
How you doing, Daryl? KG6 CEF, KM6SR.
Oh, okay, there's Rob.
Hi there.
I don't know if anybody was going to come out here or not.
Hi there.
Ah, there's Mike.
We're here. We're just getting settled in.
WB6JNP.
Yeah, there's 107. Good evening, Dane. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. We had about 0.55 inches of rain in the last event, so that's our latest update. I saw Dan. He looks, shall we say, like death warmed over, but he's able to move. He's got hit with something, and who knows what it is, but I think he's able to at least move around.
Oh, good. He's got that bad flu or whatever it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. He doesn't know. I actually ran to the store and got him some food the other day, which, he was just, hibernating in his house, and so I stop by every couple of days, knock on the door, and the dogs will bark and all of that, and he'll stagger to the door, and I say, "Oh, good, you're still vertical."
Okay.
KG6QNY.
KG6QNY. Let me see if I can remember. Is it 1091, Marcus?
1091. That's affirmative.
Okay, very good. See, I'm little by little, when you come in more often, I remember, don't I?
Yes, it's my absenteeism. KG6QNY, back to you, Mike.
KJ6TYO 1009.
1009. Good evening, Ron. Good signal. How are you?
Oh, doing good. Enjoying the cooler weather and a little bit of hail out here yesterday and some light rain. So, yeah, all is well.
Well, the heck with you on the cool weather. You can take the cool weather and shove it where the light doesn't shine. Anyway, good evening to you, and I'm glad somebody enjoys the cool weather.
I don't go outside and do yard work.
Oh, I was outside about 4 hours today doing yard work, sort of yard work, at least. And it wasn't bad, actually, if you stayed out of I got into areas where there wasn't any breeze. With any wind on you, boy, it just was cold. But if you just let the sun hit you, what little there was, the little sun crept through. It was a little pukey at times, but it did come through and it did help, so we can't complain. In any case, good to hear you, and thanks for checking in as always, Ron. Rob, are you here?
Roger, how you doing, Mike? Yeah, just letting the guys check in. KM6SR, number 432, over.
Yeah, I got you, but go ahead and say hello to those who have gotten here so far, over.
Okay, yep, I had a QSO with Dane earlier beforehand, and I heard Daryl in there. How you doing, Daryl? Yes, we're on now. And then Marcus, good to hear you there, Marcus. And Ron out in the ditch banks. Good evening to you. KM6SR, back to net.
K6USY. Boy, you're weak. Where are you pointed?
I'm pointed in every direction. So what direction are you pointed?
Well, I pointed at 150. We got you. We got you, and I assume Brittany's in there, so we've got 1100 checked in also, right?
Roger. Yeah, back to my project. I'll be listening. K6USY.
KK6ZKE 704.
Yep, thank you, Terry. Good to have it. Judy got your number written down already without me even moving a muscle here. Is it cold over there at your place after the rain? How much rain did you get down there?
Oh, not too much. It was a fair amount, I guess you'd say. Well, of course, I didn't go out in it.
Well, we only got about 3/8 of an inch here. It wasn't hardly anything to stand up and shout about. It did rain, and it rained a long time off and on through the night. but real lightly, so we were hearing the water drip off the roof, but it wasn't, there was only a couple of times when we could hear it hitting the skylight. I think Frank said he had about 5/8 of an inch up there in coarse gold, and that's about what Dane said. Dane, what did you said, a half inch, or how much do you think you got, Dane?
According to the super accurate rain gauge, I got 0.55 inches.
There you go, 0.55. So Frank up on the hill got a smidgen more, but it might not have been as accurate. He said 5/8 of an inch would be 625, but there's sort of a little difference between 558 or 0.56 and 0.625 is hardly worth a mention. And I don't know about mine. Mine could have been 5/16, and it could have been 7/16, and I guessed at 3/8, something like that. It was so long before it rained, I assumed that we got at least 1/8 of an inch of evaporation. Over. Evaporation, because I keep mine in a tube, but I haven't emptied it yet. I'm waiting to get to the first full time when I can empty it, and it says close to 5 inches. It's at about 4, a little over 4.5 right now.
KM6 SR.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, I was out cutting some wood yesterday and got a little bit of rain on me there, and as I got back up to the house, got a little hail, and we got a total of 0.4 inches last night.
The hell with you then. The hell with you.
And I got a clear sky.
Yeah, we didn't get any hail here. I guess it was just a little added elevation that you got there that brought it. If we had it, we didn't see it. And what, you got it in the daytime yesterday?
Just about at sunset there. It was just starting to get dark, and it didn't do it very long, but it was enough to knock me on the head. Over.
Okay. I'll be darned. Yeah, we didn't get any that I know of. I got inside before the first drop hit me. It was so dark and so cold, dang it, I thought it must be about 5 o'clock. The sun went away, and I couldn't see the angle that the sun was coming in. It was dark and cold, and I was out crawling around on my hands and knees cleaning up some areas where those cables go down the hill to the moon bounce array, and got colder and colder and colder. Okay, that's it for me. I'm done with this. Got in the house, and it was 3:45. That's how bad it was. But it didn't start to rain. I kept thinking, well, it's going to rain on me. It's going to rain on me. It's going to rain on me. And I put the tractor away. I had to put the tractor away. I brought about 6 loads of dirt up to fill in all the crevices underneath my old solar array. The new panels are on. We got 20 in. There was 42 there originally. We took 42 off. We put 20 of the new ones on, and I'm getting more charge with the 20 than I had with the 42, so they're really working.
Yeah, that sounds good, Mike. Yeah, we got just a little bit of hail. It probably was a storm over this way because you're a few hundred feet taller in elevation than I am, and we did that last evening. Have a thunderclap that was right overhead. It just shook. It seemed like. Over.
Yeah, we heard it way off in the distance, but we didn't get it here. All right, let's see. Who else do we have in here this evening? I can hear the boys down south, but they're not turned up this way yet. How about KB6RQU? How about you, Rick? I wonder if we're ever going to hear Rick again.
I don't know. I've sent him a text or left him a voicemail and gotten no response. And I think I'm hearing John from the high desert, but he's very sane, so you're right. He's probably not pointed this way. Over.
This is Bozo 831 up here in the high desert, AG6USS. How you doing out there in the Central Valley and west side there? Anybody copy?
Well, we got you, John. AG6USS in the high desert, Delta Mike 14, Bozo 831, K6MYC, Bozo 47, and there's others here that will probably check in. Go ahead, John.
Hey, how you doing, Mike? That's on this first time there, right? And very good copy on you there, copy.
Hey, good evening, John. KG6USS. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, number 432. Over.
Hey, Rob, how you doing? I got you here on on the log. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. I'm hearing you guys pretty good tonight. It's been a crazy day there, Roger.
Yep, you're sounding pretty good now. You were turned away, I think, at the beginning, but we waited.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it is and sometimes it ain't.
KG6USS, WA6LOL, 856. Hi, John.
Yeah, LOL, got you there. How you doing tonight? What's your Bozo number?
856.
856. Roger, Roger.
That's good. Thanks for checking me in.
All right, LOL, got you on the list there. Thanks for checking in on the Southern Bozo Net, Southern California Bozo Net. Anybody else want to check in for the Sunday night Bozo Net, Southern California? 8:31 here in Southern California. Hello.
Hey, John, let me give it a shout. See if I can hook up with Rob up there.
Go ahead, Dale.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, how about you KM6SRR, KM6SRR, KM6SHI, Southern California?
Yeah, I'm hearing you in there. I couldn't quite catch your call sign. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo. Go ahead.
What was the call sign of the station that said you're in Southern California? Give us your call again, over.
KM6SHI, Kilo November 6, Sierra Hotel India, Operator Dale, Southern California.
Boy, the band is up and down. I heard W6 Charlie Sierra, but I could have that wrong. Band just dropped out on you. You might try peaking on our signals here. I'm in Central California near Fresno. This is Mike, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC. I'm running about 1,500 watts to you there. Hopefully you can hear us, but you went down in a fade, and I still don't have the complete call or your Bozo number. My Bozo number is 47. John knows that. So, Charlie something. Go ahead, please, K6MYC. He's gone, John.
Yeah, KM6MYC, KG6USS, Mike. That's KN6SHI. That's Dale, our net control down here in Southern California there, copy?
Yeah, but somebody called us here, and I had a Charlie in the call. I don't know. Who was that?
Yeah, not familiar, but that was, Dale is trying his new Yagis out, pointing up your way there. He's in Upland, so he's got a lot of mountain to go through, but his call is Kilo November 6 SHI, and it's the Bozo 998 there. Roger, Roger.
Okay, well, we'll check 998 in, but I still don't have his call. When you said his letters, you didn't give me them phonetically. Kilo November 6 something. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sierra Hotel India.
Kilo Charlie. Kilo Hotel India. Kilo Hotel India. Is that right?
Negative. It's Kilo November 6 Sierra Hotel India. KN6SHI.
Okay, SHI. The beginning of the full word is that we won't say on the air here. That'll be easy to remember now. KN6SHI and whatever, K6MYC. Very good. Good evening. Give us another transmission, KN6SHI, and let's see if we can peak on you with your new Yagis. Go ahead. I don't hear him, John.
Yeah, I don't know if he turned it off or whatever. But anyway, yeah, he's net control down here, and he's very good with the antennas. And he just did some work on his Yagis and stuff, and tried to make it work for him better, so, to reach you guys up there, Roger.
Did you get that, Rob?
A little bit. I did start to hear Dale, and then it kind of dropped out there. So, yeah, John, we're not getting real good copy now. It's up and down. Over.
Yeah, copy that, Rob. Yeah, it's the past tonight with the weather, it's kind of bad right now. So we took that as a wind. We got like some contact here. Anyway, KG6USS up here in the high desert.
Yeah, you've got a very rapid flutter, and you're probably hearing it on me as well, John. A very rapid flutter, and it makes words difficult to copy. They turn to mush on you. Hi. 73s, and good evening to you. Thanks for checking us in there. KG6USS in the group, K6MYC standing by.
K6MYC, KG6USS. Copies of the flutters.
Okay, 73.
I think I hear Dennis in there, Mike.
I didn't hear Dennis. Go ahead.
A little rough on the copy. This is WB6ISO, Rio Linda near Sacramento. Over.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Dennis. Let me turn up your way. You're on the back exactly for me.
Yeah, a little rough on the copy. I was just trying to check it. Is there a Bozo Net tonight? Does anybody know?
Hang on, Dennis. I'm coming up. Okay, Dennis, WB6ISO, KM6SR. That should be better. Yeah, this is Rob, KM6SR. Yep, we got a Bozo Net tonight, Dennis. Did you want to do some early check-ins? Over.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything up this way. I was checking there, Rob, and that's a good evening to you. Yeah, I gave you some numbers on that. Mike,
Okay, I didn't get some of that. You said Mike and something, and I heard the over. Go ahead with your numbers. I can copy. Over.
Yeah, we'll do 2 at a time if you would like. And the first one will be the 16620.
Okay, 160-336-782. Go ahead.
49-162-132-233.
Roger, got him. Go ahead.
1 more at 1101, and I'm Bozo 86, over.
Okay, Dennis. Yeah, we got your 86. Your reputation precedes you. We know your number. Haha. Thank you for the check-ins there. We'll be up a little later on. Go ahead.
Say again, please, Rob. Say again.
7-3, Dennis. Okay, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I didn't get the copy. Let me give you. Why don't you just read what you've got, and Jody will fill in the gaps. We got 160, 336, and 782, and then go on from there.
Okay, the next one is 849, 132, 233, 1063, 1064, and 1101.
856. And when I was getting ready to break out, there was a guy coming in from Sacramento, and I couldn't get in and get a copy on him there. So he was coming in.
I was rotating and forgot to drop. Did you catch them all?
After 782, what was the next one?
849.
Okay. She's got the rest. 849, 233, 1163, 1063, and 1064, and 1101.
Yeah, we heard you for a minute.
Yeah, after 849 was 132, before 233.
Get in the middle of it. I ain't trying getting back to you there, copy?
Got it. I thought she had 132. All righty, we got them all. Thanks.
Thank you, Mike.
Roger. Yeah, I can hear you pretty good there. Yeah, I think it's the weather. We got a lot of weather back against the mountain here, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
All right, I had to let the cat out here. All right, who else do we have in the San Joaquin Valley, if anybody? Anybody within the sound of my voice? Come on, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Central California.
Whiskey 6 Lima Alpha Delta.
Hi there, Ian. W6 Lima Alpha Delta. You're getting the hang of this, coming in early rather than at the end of the net. Good evening to you. How are you doing?
I'm good, Mike. How are you doing? Yeah, I set an alarm now, so when my alarm goes off, I turn my radio on.
There you go. One way or the other. I have an automatic body clock alarm. I've been doing this so long, my body starts to twitch if I don't get out here by 7:30. Over.
Roger that. Yeah, mine's set for 7:25, so I can get in here a little bit early.
Okay, well, good to hear you. Thanks for coming in and holding up the Visalia end of the parade here.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to make it.
Yeah, what we do need, though, is we need you to say your Bozo number, because Judy doesn't have it here. So say your Bozo so Judy can copy it. Over.
Roger. 1154.
We got her. Thank you.
Good evening, Ian. W6LAD, KM6SR. Good to hear you on there.
Hey, Rob. How you doing?
Doing fine. Actually, better than I deserve.
That sounds good. Yeah, another Sunday evening. Getting ready for work.
Yep. All right, one more call down south, KB6RQU, N6SWR. Anybody in Delta Mike 05, over? Nothing heard. Okay, I think it's a Tascadero. We might even have Ron in here tonight. That would be a welcome change. Let's go to Tascadero and see what we get here. And coming up on the Tascadero. Here we go. W6QUI, K6MYC. Boy, I think he's given up on us.
He might just be a busy guy. W6QUI, you on tonight?
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf 971.
Well, there's our missing course gold check-in there. Thank you, Dave. Good evening, and how are you? Are you trying to stay warm out there in the freezing cold?
Hi, Roger. Got the heater on and just rocking to it. Yeah, got the dog cuddled up on my feet.
Hey, Dave, that's cheating having a dog warming your feet, you know.
Hey, she's got to be good for something.
Oh, don't tell him that. KM6SR, standing by.
Okay, very good, Dave. Good to hear you. Thanks for coming in, and as long as the dog stays warm, you'll be here, I guess.
Hey, Roger.
226 is here.
There's 226. Good evening, Ken. Good to hear you. Hopefully, you and Gwen are okay. She doesn't have COVID again, does she?
Nope. She's just getting over her bronchitis. That was after she got rid of the COVID, and then she got bronchitis. But she's on the mend. She's doing real well right now. We got to get out. We actually went to church today. She hadn't been for several weeks, so she had a good time, good fellowship, and all that stuff. So she's doing much better. Anyway, good evening all. WA60IB is here.
Good evening, Ken. And tell her to be careful with that. That's what put me where I'm at.
Yep. She's being careful. She's going to the doctors at a fairly regular pace. They got her on different meds for the different things. She's been sick for 2 months, and she's finally seeing the light of day.
Well, I know that feeling. Yeah, I sure do. Yeah. Now I've been sick for 2 years now.
Well, hopefully she's coming out of it. Unfortunately, this is not the weather to get over stuff. Well, if you stay warm and inside, it's okay. Anyway, good to hear you, Ken. Thank you for popping in here. I haven't heard any more from Ken N6RO about his amplifier, but we might get some word on that tonight. He probably has contacted the guy that made it and the guy that still has it. He was going to try and see if the guy could fix it by the end of February. If he couldn't, I guess he was going to try and have him send it up to the plant.
Right, yeah. Well, let's see what's going on with that.
Yeah. Well, we'll be around there in a minute. I'm turning toward QUI. He hasn't checked in. I haven't talked to Ron for a month. He hasn't been checking in here on 2 meters. He did check in one night on 1296, but of course nobody hears him but me. But AA6S and a few others that weren't in here at the time. So he did check in with Bill, and that was about it. He hasn't made any of the 2 meter nets, which is kind of strange because those are easy. I don't know where he is. Anyway, one more call, W6QUI. Where are you, Ron? 6MYC in the Bozo Net. Well, I don't know. We're going to go to Santa Cruz. Here we go. Okay, let's see. How about you, Tom? KW6 Sugar, are you with us this evening? K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S, yes, 610. Good evening, Mike. Yeah, I just noticed that I had my speech processor turned on for some reason, which I don't normally do, but I got it shut off before I subjected you to my fan noise.
Oh. I wouldn't hear it, nor would I care. We're just looking for your pleasant voice. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've run into that before. I don't know why I hit that once in a while. I guess it's pretty close to the on-off button or something, and pretty soon somebody will usually let me know.
Yeah, the most important button on my phone is within fingers diameter width of every other button that does bad things on my phone.
Yeah, I've for years and years I had trouble with touch screens so much. Even at the airport, I'd have to have sometimes checking in. I'd have to ask somebody next to me to touch the buttons for me, which sometimes doesn't go well. But finally, with my phone, my newest phone, I'm getting reasonably good with it.
Oh, good. You're way ahead of me. And Judy's got little tiny, nice little fine fingers. My finger's got calluses on the end of each one of them. The only finger that doesn't have calluses is my baby finger, so I use my baby finger. But the baby finger is a baby, and it hasn't been trained to touch the button, so it misses them. And then I have this half-inch offset with my eyesight, so needless to say, I have trouble with buttons. I'm working with the Valley Center for the Blind. They're going to get me in there, and they're going to train me how to use voice control. Seems like there shouldn't be any training. You just have to turn it on and let the thing know what your voice sounds like, but there's some significant amount of training that has to be used with voice control. And then I can say, phone, for crying out loud, read the text.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that do use that on their phones, and I had a friend that used to try to write software with voice commands when he had really severe carpal tunnel, and they all said it was quite a trick to learn it, because when you come to the end of a sentence, you have to say period and or end sentence or something, and there's a lot of things you don't think about that you have to start vocalizing. Been a beautiful day here, and things are going pretty well in Santa Cruz. K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, that's good. Did you get some rain over there?
No rain at all. The other day it said we were going to have a little bit of rain in the afternoon, and then by late morning they'd changed the forecast and said no rain till next Friday.
Oh, swung right over the top of you. I came over here. We got 3/8 of an inch or so here. Most people around here got a half to about a half an inch, give or take a little bit. Ken down there in Clovis, how much rain did you get, Ken? Do you know?
Not even a tenth. It was pretty pitiful.
Oh, okay, a pitiful tenth or less. Okay, that's not good. All right, let's see if Lee is in here and see if he got any rain in Watsonville. They had hail. Rob was hit with hail on Saturday, I guess. Well, Saturday, right, when you got hailed on, isn't that right, Rob?
Roger, yeah. I thought it was getting dark, but probably it was the dark clouds, but somewhere around 4:30 to 5, over.
Yeah, okay. So we had a little weather here. It did wet the ground. You couldn't tell it by looking at it today. I was out working in the yard, and I couldn't tell it even rained, other than a few lids of things were full of water, garbage can lids and stuff. All right, let's see if Lee is in there tonight. Lee, how about it? AF6 United, AF6U, K6MYC in the group, over.
K6MYC, AF6 United, 1098. I am here tonight. We tipped 3 buckets here, a magic 3/100ths of an inch. So we did get wet, but not enough to get anything really soaked or whatever. So that was pretty good. And I'm with you guys as far as those touchscreen devices are concerned. I hate them. Every time I'm trying to read something on the darn thing, I'll move it in my hand and I'll accidentally touch a section of the screen, and it'll just go bonkers. It'll just go do something that is totally insane, and I just don't know how the heck to get it back to where I came from. So, yeah, I'm with you guys. Otherwise, I hope everybody's doing okay, and I'll turn it back to you, Mike. K6MYC from AF6 United.
Well, it's clear they didn't invent the touch screen for us old folks, did they? Judy's saying, yeah. Same problem here, boy.
Somebody else is having trouble with it.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a touch screen, but we do on the phone. But the TV, I mean, our computer doesn't have a touch screen, does it, Judy?
No.
No, it's a mouse. But then she bumps the mouse, and all of a sudden it does something weird, and then we can't get it back, and we lose what we're doing, and it takes us 2 minutes to get back, and we forget what we were watching over.
Yeah, I get it. That whole thing with the mouse over, too, when you just roll the mouse across the tablet or across the screen, and all of a sudden something new pops up, and it starts something else, and it's like, what? You know, I didn't ask for this. What the heck is going on here? So, yeah, I'm just not a real fan of all of that touch technology. But, you know, time marches on, and I guess we all have to learn how to deal with it, I suppose. K6MYC from AF6U.
Well, I've come close to putting it in the front of my 12-gauge shotgun and letting it go, over.
I know the feeling. As a matter of fact, I I worked with a nonprofit group many years ago that had. We were trying to get a community access television station going in the area and that sort of thing. And one of the big things that we did was we assembled a booth where we would load a television set inside of the booth, and then it was kind of like one of those, ring the bell kind of things where you pulled on a cord really hard and this 8-pound splitting maul would come down and whack the TV set right in the middle of the screen and make it explode. And it was so popular. We raised so much money with that thing. That was amazing. And yes, that's what I feel like doing with most of the computer screens that I have to deal with nowadays. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah. That's a good solution of what to do with your old black and white TV. Don't bother to worry about environmental issues. Just put it in the booth and swing the heavy ball into it. I like it. All right, very good, Lee. Good to hear you. Big, strong signal over here, no problem. Anything to add to all that, Tom? If not, why we'll go on up to the Bay Area. KW6S in the group, K6MYC.
No, I'd never heard of bashing TVs. I was involved in a car bashing once, but that was probably a little less satisfying and took a lot longer. But I'll catch you tomorrow night on 220 and 6. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yes, and we'll be ready for that, and we'll be also warmer because it's in the house tomorrow on both bands, luckily. See you later. 7-3. K6MYC clear with AF6U and KW6S. Anybody want to say anything to those gentlemen? Otherwise, we'll slide into the Bay Area.
Sure, Mike, I will. Tom, KW6S, KM6SRR.
Ken? Yeah, kind of trying to think of a good reason to get down there and see you guys sometime. And I'll have to just make up something one of these days.
Well, there you go. Well, let's see. We've got a club meeting coming up. It's a Valentine meeting, so you could bring your bride over, and we're going to have some special stuff for the gals.
We already have plans for that, and the following day. So that I got to be here.
Well, okay, I tried. Yeah, we'd love to see you. The next swap is until May, so it'll be a while.
Oh, let's see, May. Yeah, that is a while. That'll be after Visalia, I guess. Anyway, won't take it too long here. Good to hear you on here. WA60IB, KW6S.
That's 4 terms the way Trump's moving until May. That's 4 terms worth. Holy cow. Go ahead, Cal.
Yeah, holy cow. All right. Well, you take care up over there and keep having fun. KW6S and the gang, WA60IB. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, Tom, did you hear me? KM6SRR?
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
KW6S, KM6SRR.
Guess you're not hearing Rob tonight. You must have some noise.
He was really loud, Mike. I was hearing him really good there, and I started talking to him, but I think Ken was talking over me.
I think I maybe heard him a little earlier, but I'm certainly not getting him now.
Yeah, Tom, you dropped down a little bit and a little fluttery there, KM6SR.
Anyway, he says hello, Tom, and we'll catch you tomorrow night.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think with ESP I could probably claim that I heard Rob, but that was about as close as it gets. Catch you tomorrow night, and maybe Rob too. K6MYC, KW6S.
I guess that's the difference between your 10 kilowatts and his 1, over. Okay. No response there. Okay, Bay Area. I'm pointed in the Bay Area. QRZ Bay Area, Bozo Net, K6MYC. Who we got?
Nobody. We're out here sleeping tonight.
I know you are. That's bull, and I know it.
WB6JNN.
WB6JNN, and that's for Judy's purposes, 285. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, fine. I was hearing everybody when it came down at 160 degrees here pretty well. I mean, you were all at 5, 6, 7, so that was interesting. Anyway, good evening, and nothing particular to report here, but you're coming in a little lower than usual, Mike, and maybe you're not aimed at me exactly yet. You're only about S8. Normally you're 9 plus. But anyway, cold day today, especially this morning, but not is mainly cold wind. WB6JNN.
Yeah, it was a little tiny breezy here. We could get out of it. It wasn't terrible wind, but boy, it was nippy. Did you guys get any rain on Saturday?
We got some wet ground. I don't know if it was rain or just drizzle. I think it was just drizzle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that seemed to be what happened in the Bay Area. It kind of went over the top of you. I don't know how it got here, but we got about 3/8 of an inch. Some people reporting as much as a little over a half, so not too bad. Anyway, good to hear you, Jim, and I moved the antenna a little bit. This should be stronger for you. I hopefully picked up an S unit or so. WB6JNN up there in East San Jose, K6MYC. Who else do we have? How about Ed? Ed, we haven't heard you for a long time. WA6AXX, over.
W6PQL.
Okay, we'll take PQL. Go ahead, Jim.
Howdy. Yeah, no rain here either. It was pretty dry, you know, kind of clouded up. That's about all that happened here, Mike. Must have come up from the south. I think LA is getting their rain now. Of course, they'll have mudslides and all kinds of other problems if they get too much of it. See what happens. K6MYC, W6PQL.
We haven't heard of anybody's mudslides except for the one that was artificially created by too much water on another house above the place, and they powered this house, and the mud came down and broke it right in half. You saw that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I saw that on the news.
That's a dandy. That's all because of the fires. Great. Yeah, poor the guy survives the burn. He's in heavy foliage. He could have burned easily, but he survives the burn and then gets slaughtered by a mudslide. It's they just haven't been living right, and I think powers to be are after him down there in LA. Over.
Well, some of that is you know, building in the wrong place. It's just where they're located. They just built their homes in the wrong place, you know.
In front of the Santa Ana tunnel, wind tunnel.
Not that so much, but when you put your house on hillsides that had no houses on there before, you know, you've got to clear out some brush and stuff to put your lawn in or whatever. You're just putting houses in places that shouldn't have houses, so you can expect some of that to happen. That's why their insurance rates are so high, I'm sure.
They don't even have insurance. And, you know, they'll make sure that house has got sprinklers in the bathroom and in the kitchen and every other room and all the other safety features, but they don't pay any attention to what kind of soil it's built on. Over.
Well, they probably do, but, you know, it doesn't go far enough. But glad we don't have that problem here. I'm in the flatlands. I guess we could fall into the bay or something, but that's about all that can happen here.
Well, when we get the San Andreas earthquake, you might just find half of your house and still on the coastline, and the rest of it floating out there at 10 miles offshore. Okay, good to hear you. And we'll certainly look for you tomorrow night. Let's see who else. It's pretty quiet there in the Bay Area. Boy, I don't know what's Ed's doing. He's just, he must have rebuilding the whole shack or something. Anyway, who else do we have? We're looking for AB6SR. Where are you, Stan? And KT2G has been in here, but intermittently more toward the end of the net. WB6WNI. Who else do we have in the Bay Area?
WA6AXX. Hello, Mikey.
6WNI1090, but you also have Mike K6QFO.
Okay. I hear you and Mike also. Let's see. Give us your Bozo number there, Gary, and then shoot it over to Mike K6UFO, and he can give us his for Judy's purposes here. Over.
Roger. Yeah, so my number is 1090. And we had no rain. I don't have much more to add here, but we had no rain here of any kind. Anyway, I'll shoot over to Mike, K6QFO from the 6WNI.
Well, thank you, neighbor Gary. He's just a rock throw away from here, Mr. Mike. Hey, good evening to you and everybody. And Jim, I haven't heard PQL in a long time. I'm glad he's keeping himself busy. So busy he's never on the radio anymore, but that's okay. Maybe I have to bring a couple bottles of wine over and see what he's up to. Mr. Mike, aloha from the Bay Area. This is Mike K6QFO, Queen Fox Oscar. His number is 613. And, yeah, we haven't seen any rain here either, but I've been doing all kinds of VHF, UHF contests for ARL last weekend, Winter Field Day this weekend, and the whole month of January. There's a competition back east. It's VHF, UHF Simplex. It's called Winter Heat. Have you heard about that, Mike? It goes on for a whole entire month of January. K6QFO.
Are they using funny modulation for that?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You can do, they're doing 2 meter, 440, 220, 6 meter, 900, 1.2, Fusion, and D-Star, and DMR as well.
Well, you got me confused. I don't even know what FM stands for.
It's felonious modulation. What it is, you make contact simplex station to station, and you accrue points. If you sign up, you get 10 points. If you got somebody who's not signed up on the system, logged in, that is, they get 1 point. So it's amazing, though. Look, if you look up the active map, the whole East Coast is all red. We are in San Jose is the only place that's got a red dot on the West Coast. It's crazy. We only have 16 people signed up, and our club is number 4 out of all the clubs out there. Wow, I think that's way too cool.
Yeah, it's weird. We didn't hear you. I guess you were on a little bit in the VHF contest, the ARL VHF all-mode contest last week, but I didn't know about this one. Anyway, we missed you somehow in that contest. I had about 10 to 15 contacts on each band, and so we didn't do bad, but we did help people get grids and stuff like that might not have been easy. Anyway, good to hear you, Mike. It's been quite a while. Hopefully you'll be home for a while and could check in more. Underneath you, we had 2 or 3 other check-ins, so we'll take standby and pick up them. But good to hear you, and thank you, Gary, for yours. K6QFO 613 and WB6WNI 1090. K6MYC looking for others in the Bay Area. Over.
Hello, Mikey, WA6AXX.
Okay. Well, hello, Ed. I must have scared you out of the back bedroom or something there. Good to hear you. And WA6AXX, you better give Judy your number. It's been so long since you were in here, except for that Panama quick one. After Panama, she doesn't remember your number anymore. Over.
Oh, I'm not sure I remember it either, but it is easy to remember. So it's 773 WA6AXX, 773 Ed in Saratoga. And everything's gone well here. Hope you're doing okay, Mikey. Everything going all right?
Oh, yeah, we're fine. And let's see, I was going to say something about, oh, for heaven's sakes. I don't know what it was. Anyway, good to have you. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night on 222, and we'll go on from there. 222 and 6 meters, of course, tomorrow night. Nothing's changed on our side. We're still plugging along, and we're in the process of redoing all our solar panels. and we're looking at the last stages of that. I bought 36 new panels that were more than twice the power of the old ones. The old ones were 13, 14 years old and starting to really lose steam. And they weren't as good in hazy sunlight as the new ones are. Boy, the new ones are cranking. I got 20 panels on there, and they're outdoing the 42 I had before, and particularly really good in this hazy half sunlight we've had the last day or so with the rain. I guess, did you get, I know what I wanted to ask you. Did you get rain up on the hill there? Nobody in the valley got much, over?
No, I don't think we've had any rain in the last several days. We're supposed to get a little bit today, or I think yesterday actually, but then they changed it, so no rain. So do you know what brand your new solar panels are?
No, right off the top of my head, I don't know the brand. I buy them from Signature Solar, and there was a special on. They're 400-watt panels, bifocal, bifacial, I should say. So there's another 50 watts or so, but they're 400-watt panels, and I paid $88 a piece for them, so it was a bargain. And they are really working very well. I'm real happy with them. And I'm going to order another batch of 36 and finish out my whole system, and it'll give me a few extras to really overload the system so I won't have any issues under any kind of sunlight or lack of sunlight conditions. So that's what's on the agenda for the next month or so here. WA6AXX 773 K6MYC Bozo Net.
Okay, very good. Yeah, they're a lot more efficient than the old ones, I know. But yeah, I'd love to put in more, but then it screws up the NEMS 1 or 2, I guess NEMS 2 or something. If I put in more, it screws that up, and anyway, we get some savings. That's about it. So I'll try and check in tomorrow, and I'm glad you're doing well. So 73 K6MYC WA6AXX.
Yeah, we know what the NEM charges are all about. After you study the 4-page bill for 4 hours, you figure out what all that stuff is. Basically off grid. We have PG&E hooked up, and if there's a need, and a real bad day of cloudiness, well, I've only got 20 of the 40 panels that'll be up there. We'll still be. But once the last 40 go in, I probably won't be pulling any power from PG&E for the foreseeable future. I won't shut them off completely. I will pay my $26 service charge just to keep them there, but for all practical purposes, I don't feed them, and they don't feed me anymore, which is okay with me. I had 1 month last summer, Ed, just 1 month. We had an inverter that went down on us, and that all the other months were like $46 and $50, and that month was $800, over.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think our bill would be like $500 a month now if without solar. It used to be $250, then $300, and I bet it would be $500 now. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Well, yeah, it keeps going up. We're at 40 and 50 cents an hour here. But anyway, that's it. Okay, let you go. I think there's others that are waiting, so good to have you back in here, hopefully more regular. WA6AXX in the group, K6MYC Bozo Net, still pointed toward the Bay Area. Anybody else?
KB6BA.
Okay, I hear you, Gary. Hang on just a second. Go ahead, Oliver. KB6BA. Give Judy your number.
Yeah, good evening. Number 900. Went for another short hike today. Surprised to hear about the rain in Southern California, but not to go to excess, but they sure need it. K6MYC, KB6BA.
Yes, they need it to help the firemen out down there. It's too late to. It's a little bit too late for anything significant, but there are some fires that'll probably be helped to go down. And when the rain comes, I don't think the wind blows quite as hard. It's certainly not as hot. That Santa Ana hot wind is what really is devastating. Anyway, they've got to do a little bit more foliage cleaning. Gavin Newsom said that they did clean the foliage. Supposedly, he thought they did every 3 years. But you know what? The strangest thing, the stuff grows up every year, so you really got to clean it once a year. Over.
Yeah, I assume there are a lot of areas that have not had a burn for a long time, but maybe that's not always the case. So that's about it from here, KB6PF.
Okay, good evening there, Oliver. Thank you. And Gary, I'm not pointed at you, but we'll check you in, and if there's something pertinent, we'll swing up your way. Otherwise, I'll stay in the Bay Area. I think there's 2 or 3 others that still want to get in here. KE6QR, give us your number, K6MYC.
Hey there, Mike. Bozo 177, Bozo 177, Kilo Echo 6, Quebec Romeo. Just reporting earlier that I had a lot of fun working the CQ Worldwide 160 contest this weekend, and made a few K8 contacts, which I was thrilled to death with, and playing my guitar and getting ready to be net control on the Western Country 7 at 9 o'clock. So you have a good net, and earlier when you were pointing at me, you were really loud, about 40 over, so we do have a pass tonight. KE6QR, back to net.
Okay, missed a little bit of the tail end of that. You got that damn rapid flutter. Boy, when it goes rapid flutter on me, I really have a tough time, particularly when you're rambling along on something I don't know what you're talking about. I think I heard you say you had a lot of fun in the contest, and that was sort of the end of the readability part of it. The rest of it turned into something I'm leaning forward, I'm turning sideways, I'm doing everything, and I'm not getting any words that are helping me. Partly my ears, I guess. Anyway, we got you, Gary, and I'm glad that to hear you checking in here. Thanks much. Let's see if there's anybody else before we move on. I'm missing N5, N6 NPD, and a bunch of people in the Bay Area. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. How about you, Mike? No, Mike. Anybody else? K6MYC Bozo Net, Beaming Bay Area. Well, we'll come back and check later. We're missing a lot of people in the Bay Area. I haven't heard Stan for quite a while. Hope he's not sick or something. AB6SR. He was a regular in here, particularly on 2 meters. Let's go up and get Oakley. Okay, N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar with hopefully a clear throat, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. And the temperature range was 40 to 57. Dinner was barramundi from the South Pacific and asparagus. And 160 was an unusual contest here. I hadn't planned to do anything more than a token effort. We didn't get on at all Saturday night. I got on yesterday afternoon and made a few contacts before sunset. And then my operator, one of my partners from last year, we had a crew of 3 last year. He was on a trip and he came home and immediately checked in and asked me if I wanted some help. So I switched from a single operator to multi-single, and Dave made 370 Qs in the first 6 hours. And then I took over at about midnight, 3 in the morning, and worked 29 JAs and UA0 in Thailand. But I missed a few that were I couldn't hear. Had some noise issues as usual. Propagation was not great either. Ended up with 450 contacts, 15 countries, and 54 states, provinces. So it wasn't a complete loss, but it was nothing like we normally do. K6MYC and 6RO.
Yeah, what was the country count? I missed that to a flutter.
Yeah, 15 at 1.5. You're not your normal strength here.
I'm almost what?
You're not your normal signal.
Well, I went by you just a little bit here. I could probably come back a little bit, but yeah, it's just funny tonight. You got a flutter on you. But I copied everything. Went on the contest. Frank has been on 160 also, and he's been having quite good success. He can't hear well. He hasn't got a hearing antenna yet, which is his big drawback, but he's being heard all over Europe. He's getting herd reports. Of course, he's doing FT8. I don't know what mode you were on, but he's doing FT8 and perhaps some other modes, but he's mostly on FT8. But he worked Germany and a couple other places, and he worked Sweden this morning on the long path. So his new vertical with lots of radials, it's elevated radial, but it's on the hillside there at his place, is working quite well. It's actually an inverted L. I think it's about 40 or 50 feet high vertical, and then it goes horizontal for a ways. And he's got 24 radials on it, so he's doing very well on 160 with that. Ken, over.
Yeah, well, good. Of course, I don't do FT8. This was a CW only contest. And by the way, I think I've diagnosed the problem in my manual switching that controls where the heliax either goes to 6-meter antennas or 10 meters. I think I've got it down to one of those old B&W switches. It's faulty. I'm going to spend some time on it tomorrow and hope to have it working by tomorrow night. If I can't fix it with switches, I'll hardwire it to check in. I guess that's about it. Solar panels. I'm starting to think about replacing mine. They're 16 years old, and I'd like to get double the power as you have done. Anyway, we'll carry on in 6RO.
Yeah, well, I'm really happy with mine. They're doing really well, and they're really much more efficient in hazy. That was the problem with mine. Boy, you had to have bright sunlight on them. But I'm seeing 6, 7, 8,000 out of the 20 panels that I've got. So they're performing right up to snuff, even when we got winter sun that's sort of semi-hazy and stuff. So I'm really pleased with the performance there. They were $88 a piece. I bought 36 of them from Signature Solar, so not a bad price for 36 panels. I got 36 panels for a little over $3,000, so not bad. That may be something you want to look at. Signature Solar, but I'm not sure if the sale is still on, but they usually have something going that's similar. These are also bifacial, so they pick up a little bit of energy from the backside, particularly if you depending on how they're mounted and whether you have anything that's light colored underneath them. 7-3, and we'll see you tomorrow night. I'm sure you'll be in there one way or the other with one antenna or the other, Ken. I'm sure we'll hear you. How about 220? Did you figure that one out?
Yeah, it worked in the contest last weekend. So unless something has gone wrong, you should hear me tomorrow night.
Okay, well, we'll see you on 220 first. 6 meters for sure later. Good enough, 7-3. Anybody else copy or want to check in multi-antenna in this direction? K6MYC Bozo Net. Nothing heard. Let's go on up to Sacramento. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Ken, any word on your amplifier? I think Ken Holden and WA60YB is on frequency. Have you heard from your other guy about the status and how long it's going to be before he fixes it? Ken, over?
No, but I'm calling him tomorrow and seeing if he can fix it by June. And telling him if he can't fix it in the next 3 weeks, we're going to send it to your shop for Ken to work on.
Oh, very good. Okay, Ken, did you copy that?
Yep, sure did. Hi, Ken, WA60IB. Yeah, I'm over here in the corner, but I copied it.
Yeah, have you got documentation on the BICO 1296?
I don't know. Let me look. I think I do.
Okay, well, it entails opening up a soldered shield around the relays. We suspect the in and out relays. Well, one of them is gone, or both. And I'll find out tomorrow if this guy's going to fix it or send it up to you. And then we'll chat about the details, okay?
Very good. Okay, if you've got anything on it, just email it to me. I'm good on QRZ.
Yeah, there's a block diagram on the web for the BICO 523. But but it doesn't go into much detail. So we'll get it fixed before June.
Well, we'll sure give it a good try. No problem. WA6OIB.
Yeah, thanks, Ken.
Okay, good deal. Off to Sacramento here. What's that say? Okay, KJ6KFB, are you here tonight, Darren? How about you, Bill? KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta, K6MYC. Who is that?
KR6MR. I was trying to tell Bill that you're calling him.
Yeah, boy, you're weak. KR6MR. I didn't hear what you said about Bill. Say it again if you would. And give Judy your number. I know what it is, but give Judy your number, over.
Roger. Bozo 759 for Judy. KR6MR. Yeah, you're also very, very weak tonight. I don't know what's going on. So Bill is there. He's waiting for you, so maybe you might have to hunt around for him. He doesn't have as much power as he used to. Go ahead.
I have the same amount of power, though. There's a peg at 1500, over.
Yeah, well, I don't have the same receiver as I usually do either.
But Bill does not have his 9700. He's got another radio, and it might be, I think, 50 watts or 40 watts on it on 2 meters.
And we got him. He did check in. He was stronger than you were. And we got the antenna pretty much peaked on you right at the moment, John. Good signal. Thanks for checking in. And Bill is here, so we'll shoot it over to Bill. And Bill, you probably noticed I haven't been checking in on the 2 meter, on the 40 meter thing. I thought I'd make it this morning, but we didn't even wake up till 10. What was it, 9 o'clock before we even looked at the clock, and it was too late. Same thing happened the day before. It's so dark, when it's raining, and we've had our rain down here. You guys didn't get it, but it was so dark in the bedroom, you think it's midnight. And you wake up and say, 8:45, what the hell is this? Okay, KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, well, good evening, Mike, and good evening, John, and thanks for at least looking this direction. I hear you fine now. Yeah, I'm on the 857, the little shack-in-the-box radio from Yaesu that, it's got to be 20 years old if it's a day. So, and I'm driving it as hard as I can. It's not quite as much power as I would have with the 9700, but no, I've been up this last week. I would get up a little bit before 8 o'clock, and I'd sit here in the chair, and oh boy, it's cold in this house. I mean, it is for me because anyway, it's cold. So I sit here and I try to bundle up, and I sit in front of the radio and I doze back off again because I only had like 2 or 3 hours of sleep to begin with. And I'd listen and nobody around. And yesterday I tried going to 20 and nothing. I came back and I had nothing. So until this time, as we find out for sure, I didn't hear Bob, I did not hear Bill, I didn't hear any. So I guess what I could do is just get out there and start making a lot of noise. But there's another fella. He's I guess some airline pilot or something, and he's been sticking around until 15, 20 minutes past 8. And so I don't know. It's just I kind of think we lost our spot. So anyway, eventually it'll get straightened out. But that's it. So I'm here now, and thank you and for running the net. And good evening to everybody who can hear me. And if nothing else, I'll try to be here tomorrow on 220 and on 6 meters. So the 9700 should be delivered tomorrow at ICOM. So we'll see if they're 2 or 3 weeks out, then we'll see what they have to say. So, anyway, that's it for now. K6MYC Group, this is KO6KD Bozo 776, signing in and signing out. 756 in and out. Or did I lose the band?
We got you. Hang on. We were trying to, we missed something. You were rambling on, not that it was ununderstandable, but I lost the subject matter, and all of a sudden you said 2 or 3 weeks out. And I don't know what that was all about. Maybe getting your 9700 back. Maybe that's what you switched over to. Over.
Yeah, the tail end, I said the 9700 is going to be delivered tomorrow morning, and then it'll be hopefully 2 or 3 weeks, and hopefully I'll be getting it back. Over.
Okay, yeah, good. We got you that time. You had taken a very deep fade, but I was copying okay, and I must have just missed the 9700 word. All right, very good. Well, you're sounding fine on the little 857. If you ask me, I couldn't tell the difference, honestly. There's only 3 dB difference in the power. If you have full 100 watts on the 9700, this is 50. And your audio, your voice is so powerful anyway, you make up for it. Anyway, no problem, Bill. I haven't heard Darren, but let's see if Darren is in there. KJ6K. Okay, nothing from Darren. AJ6 Queen Lima. How about you, George? KR6MR, you were so weak I could just get the call sign. Come again, John? I just can't get it. Boy, a band is terrible tonight to you. I don't know what's going on there. Let me see if I can get Redding in here, and then we'll come back and see if you can hang in there a second.
Rod, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's try for Redding, and see if there's any propagation up the valley. May be very spotty. Let's see if we got a peak there. Redding, Charlie November 80, KD6SW, KD6SW, or Kilo Oscar 6, Hotel Sugar, K6MYC, calling and listening. Over.
Okay, good evening. This is KD6 Shortwave, KD6SW, number 145, in Redding. Over.
We got your 145, weak and warbly, but Q4. Very good, Reg. Good to hear you. And hopefully it'll come roaring back in a second. Let's see if Jerry's in there. Jerry, any copy? KO6HS, K6MYC. Over.
KO6HS, 230, we're in here. You're starting to fade just a little bit. Hopefully we can ride the peak just one more time here. Over.
Yeah, well, not bad. It's about Q4, Jerry, but mostly because of multi-path flutter distorting you. You're stronger than Rich at the moment, so pretty good signal. Not bodacious, but certainly readable. Thanks for being there on Sunday nights. I know some nights you have other commitments on Sunday night, so it's nice to hear you here on Sunday night, Jerry. Did you guys get any rain in this storm that came through? We got about a half an inch here. Did you get rain up there?
Negative. No rain up here. It's been a little chilly, a little bit windy. Just cold and windy, that's all. No water. Over.
Okay, no rain up there. Well, I guess it was a funny little storm that came in and blessed us here. We got a little bit, first rain in a month and a half, so we won't complain. It wasn't much. We only got about 3/8 of an inch. A little over 3 or 4 tenths of an inch here typically around our area. But it was very localized. They got nothing in the Bay Area to make a measurement on. I guess one of the guys got 3/100ths of an inch. Whoopee! Okay, thank you, Jerry. Thank you, and good to hear you. And good to hear you as well, Rich. KD6SW for your final, K6MYC.
Okay, yeah, nothing up here except lots and lots of wind, and getting tired of that. I hope it stops pretty soon. Fortunately, I did not lose any trees or antenna problems. Anyway, 73 KD6SW, Redding.
Boy, you're boiling in now. It's just, that's the way the band has been. It's really been good or really been poor. But great signal that time, Jerry. Rich. 73, Rich, and Jerry, you finish it up. We must be on a peak here. Go ahead, Jerry.
Jerry, you're coming up now. You're about at 7, so it's peaking nice. Good coffee, and all the reports are we might get some rain next week late, maybe. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. Hopefully we'll get some and fill up the lake, and then we'll be ready for the summer. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I can't figure out, now that we've talked to everybody and who did and who did not get rain, I can't figure out how we got any. They didn't get any in the Bay Area. They didn't get any over on the coast in Santa Cruz. They didn't get any up your way, and nothing in Sacramento to speak of. And how the hell did we get rain? I don't know where it came in from. It came in from the northwest. I could tell because of what was wet and what I had covered and the pieces I had exposed. The only way it could get wet is from the northwest, and so that's where it came from. So who knows? But we'll take it. First rain in a month and a half here, so we needed it desperately. 7-3, Jerry, and we'll look for you Wednesday. Great to hear you. A06HS and KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, 7-3.
All right, 73. Catch you next time.
Yeah, booming now. Good night, Rich.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah, thank you. Boy, you're just like in the shack here. It's wonderful.
Well, that's the way it goes, you know.
Yeah, you get stronger than the guys in Sacramento right now. Bella Vista and Sacramento are just terrible.
Well, it's probably an optional delusion.
Yes, it is. 7-3.
All right, so long there, Mike.
Recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, Mike, this is Bill. John was trying to tell you that while I was talking to you, Darren was underneath me trying to check in, so he was there, but he just was in and out. Over.
Okay, well, we'll get Darren in here. Darren, if you're still there, pop in. Otherwise, we got you checked in. 756 KG6KFB, KJ6KFB, K6MYC. Go ahead, Darren.
Yep, we got tonight KJ6KFB.
Yeah, I just did not hear you at all underneath Bill. You know, he's so bodacious here with his smashing 50 watts that you couldn't even make a dent in him. Over.
Well, Bill and I are on the same level, except the amp to plug into it. I don't know if he's running the amp or not today, but hey, there we go, 50 watts. That's all you get. Kilo Juliet 6, Kilo Foxtrot Bravo.
Well, that's all we need, really. Most of the time you're fine, and a little fading, a little multipath tonight. Multipath has given me more trouble than anything tonight. Everybody's fluttery, and at a fluttery rate where half a word is up and half the word is down. And boy, that makes stuff on the old man's ears here. But we got you. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in, as always, Darren. KJ6KFB, K6MYC, clear and looking for anybody else in the Sacramento area. Okay, I haven't heard KW6T for a while. KW6T, AJ6 Queen Lima. Hey, who am I forgetting up there? I'm forgetting somebody. K6MYC Bozo Net towards Sacramento and thereabouts. Okay, I give up, guys. I'm going to Nevada. Here we are up toward Nevada, and I'm pretty sure Richard is there. KD6BQ. How about it, Richard? K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Yeah, good signal. A little fluttery like everybody. Everybody's got this weird, funny band flutter. It must be the temperature. Must be the cold weather that's doing it. Just really, really quick, rapid distortion on the audio. You're probably hearing the same thing on me. But anyway, great to hear you. And did you get some snow up there? You guys were reported to have quite a bit of snow in the Sierras, weren't you?
Well, I think the Sierras got more than we did. We didn't get that much. We got about 1.5 inches. So not that much snow, but it's been pretty cold all day. I don't think it made it to 30 all day long. Right now it's 12 degrees outside.
Oh. Wait, Judy's shivering just to hear that 12 degrees. That's terrible.
Well, it's all right if you're inside. It works pretty good. And, of course, this 8877 here helps out in the radio room.
I bet it does.
Where is he in Nevada?
Well, he's in Wassaw Valley, which is...
I know where it is.
Yeah, you know where... Judy knows where you are in Wassaw Valley there. Okay. Anyway, I'm glad that you're warm inside. Stay that way. Try to keep warm. Hopefully you got lots of firewood or lots of fuel. We got tons of firewood here. Boy, oh boy, I cut some more up today. I didn't haul it down and split it, but I did cut it up. So we were logging today, even though we had little rain. It was so little rain that the wood didn't even look like it had been watered on. That's dry. It's dry oak, and it's been dried over the summer. But when you take the bark off, it isn't even wet under the bark. So we didn't get a lot of rain. Let's see here. Let me see. I wonder who else we've heard. I bet you Daniel's in here. Let's shoot for Daniel, and then maybe Larry will pop in as well. KE7UQL, K6MYC. How about it, Daniel?
Well, 272 is here. KE7UQL, standing by.
Well, boy, you're booming in, so take one, and we'll enjoy your voice.
Okay. Yes, I was almost asleep on the couch, and, well, I'm here now, so we're standing by for you. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, we're running a little late. Let me see. It must be a few minutes after 9 here.
No, 10 to 9.
Oh, it's only 10 to 9. You can't be going to sleep on the couch at 10 to 9. Anyway, sounded good. Poor conditions, really. Most of the Bay Area stations were okay. Sacramento was weak, except Redding was stronger than Sacramento tonight for some reason. So really weird conditions, but you're sounding great, Daniel. Thanks much for being there, as always. Over.
Okay, Roger. Yes, we're experiencing the good cold weather, too. Probably the antenna has shrunk a few millimeters, making the SWR better. Over.
Okay. Up at this end of the band, at the high end, it shrunk up a little bit, huh?
Yes, Roger.
Yeah, okay. You're just like in the shack with us now, just roaring in here. Let me just do this. Let's see if Larry, by chance, is listening tonight. Larry, how about it? N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Well, Larry's given up on us, I guess. He's done with the Bozo Net. What do you think, Richard? Well, Richard must have stepped away there. Let me see if Stan is in here. I'm not pointed at you, Stan, but maybe you could hear me over there in Fallon, Nevada. We haven't heard you for a while. Haven't heard you since before the first of the year, so we want to wish you a Happy New Year. K7 Sierra Uniform November, K7 SUN, K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Over. Okay, no Stan. Back to you, Richard. KD6BQ, K6MYC in the Bozo Net.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ, and yeah, no, Larry, I didn't hear anything on 223 FM either, so he's taking the night off. Now, I guess you still get 2 meters and 6 meters should work. It's the other antennas that are screwed up. But anyway, yeah, we're doing pretty good here, staying inside. I've only got 2 cords of wood. It's mostly oak with a little almond, but we use natural gas most of the time to heat the house. And the wood is backed up in case the power fails or the heaters fail, then you need something, because you wouldn't last long, even with a well-insulated house, a couple days like we've had today.
Well, we're using wood as fast as I can burn it. I can tell you that. We've got the fire going. Well, there's a little lack of, sometimes I don't start it first thing in the morning when I get up. We were a little bit slow this morning. I didn't get it fired up until after 10. But it was, I just put a little cardboard in there and lay some sticks on it, and boom, she's off and running from the coals. I put a big, what we call an overnighter logger in there, the night before, and I guess Judy got up. It wasn't last night you got up in the middle of the night, was it? Was it last night? Oh, she got up in the middle of the night and stoked it even more. So she threw a couple of extra logs on. But normally, anyway, the ashes or the embers hold in that fireplace, so I could just knock the ashes off the embers and get them glowing red. Throw a piece of cardboard and a little tissue paper over the top of it, some sticks, and boy, she's off and running. So we've been keeping the fireplace going just about 24/7 here for several months. I can't burn it as fast as I can cut it and split it, Richard, over.
Okay, he was down at S1, now he's back up to about S3.
Well, you're Q5. Did you get any of that?
Stayed there, so I lost most of that there over.
Oh, great, okay. I was just talking about nothing, splitting wood and burning wood. Oh, you didn't miss much there. We got more wood than we know what to do with. I've got I got another cord I cut today that isn't split yet, but I cut up at least another half cord today, and got to bring it down to the house and split it. But it's actually doesn't matter where I store it. I've got a little place now. It's covered, so I can store it without splitting it. Anyway, 7-3, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 6 meters. Richard, good evening to you. And good evening to you, Daniel. KE7UQL and KD6BQ. K6MYC clear, and we're going to go back to the Bay Area.
K6MYC, KD7.
Did.
Greetings. Take care from the Northland. Good night.
Good night. Bay Area. We're looking for any late checks or missed in the Bay Area. Bay Area, K6MYC, Bozo Net, Central California, pointed toward the Bay Area. Late checks or missed, K6MYC. AB6SR, KT2G. AB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, KF6QCH. K6BBP, AB6SR. Okay, course gold wins again. That's pathetic, guys. Should we go down and see if Eddie's there, Richard, Rob?
Sure, I guess. There's a couple of guys I wasn't sure if they were in there or not. Did you get George tonight, AJ6QL?
No, I did not hear George.
Okay, and then the other one I think I put in and it wasn't there was Mike, KB6WSC.
I did not hear Mike either.
Okay, you might have been calling him. I wasn't paying enough attention.
I called him 2 or 3 times because he's usually in here. He wasn't out there. Judy says she's got 41.
Yeah, I have to count.
711, K6MI.
Oh, 42, sorry, 711. Good evening, John. Better late than never.
No, I've been listening for a while. K6MI.
You're back from the N5, N6NB location. How was it up there? Cold, huh?
No, it's a foot of snow now. Very windy, 70-mile-per-hour wind, and snow for hours and hours today.
Oh boy, you got out of there just in time, huh?
Well, it's remoted, so I was here all week. I did the 160-meter contest last night. I made 50 contacts, just had some fun.
What was it? What was the contest?
160-meter CQ-CW.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rob. I mean, Ken N6RO did about, I think he did over 600 contacts, 15 countries, and not a very big score in countries. He said the conditions were not real good, but they did reasonably well. Over.
Oh, yeah. I had 50 contacts, but I 25 states and mostly West Coast.
Yeah, Roger. He had, like I say, 15 countries. He said the number of states, and it was quite a few, but I didn't pay attention to the state count. But anyway, he did well. Although they said it was way down from their normal rate. He ran multi-single. He started out single, but and then a friend of his or one of his operators called up and said, "You want to go multi-single?" So they went over to that mode. Probably ruined their score.
It's great fun. Mount Athos is on right now. I managed to get one contact. Well, I think two contacts with them.
Okay, that's in Greece. What's the call sign?
SV1 GA, SV1GA slant A.
Yeah, very good. Well, I've never worked Mount Athos. That's a good one. Are they on 160 or just on the other bands?
40 and 30. Marty Lane's there with the group.
Oh, cool. So Marty's still pounding things. Is it on phone?
They will be, but so far they've only done CW and FT8.
Okay, well maybe when I go in the house I'll see if I can work them on 40 phone, and I'll give it a try and see if they come up in the band. I'll make some calls to Europe.
Yeah, it's a rare one.
Alrighty, thanks for that. Sugar Victor 1 Alpha Bravo / Alpha Golf / Alpha.
Actually, it's Golf Alpha / Alpha.
Golf Alpha, okay. Okay, got it. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. I'm pointed down toward Eddie. Eddie, KE6BK, K6MYC, Bozo Net. KB6RQU, Bozo Net. And 6SWR, Bozo Net. Anybody else, Bozo Net, 2 meters, K6MYC, Central California. Oh, we got to get somebody on in DMO5. I know it's nice when you go down there, John, but we need somebody on an ongoing basis in DMO5. We got to supplant somebody down there. It must be more than one ham in Bakersfield, huh?
Slim pickings.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Why is that? Is it because it's no technical there?
I can't say.
Yeah, we lost the guy that used to work over at the Voice of America. I think he finally passed away. His son was a ham, but he hasn't been very active. Anyway, won't keep you, John. We're going to wrap this thing up. What do you got for a count, Rob?
I got 43. And John, I appreciate that picture you sent there. Saw some snow. You must have them completely covered now, huh?
Completely covered, yeah. Foot deep already.
Oh boy, so you get no power at all then, huh?
Yeah, the solar won't work. It's covered up. But as soon as the sun comes out, it'll melt the solar panels. They'll be good again.
Okay, so now you don't know what's going on, huh?
Well, the batteries are still working. We got, like Mike does, a whole 6 stack of those big batteries.
Okay, if you don't have much use, then they'll last a long time. That sounds good. Good to hear you there, K6MI, KM6SRR.
We got 43 also, Rob. So it's a finish. Aaron, if you're listening in the background on your project, don't come to the mic if you don't have to, if you don't want to. 7-3. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on 222 in a warmer spot.
Yep, I'm here, Mike. Yeah, I'm just playing with antennas. I went over to the shop on Friday and picked up a 2-meter, 70-centimeter, and 23-centimeter antenna for the 905 for portable use. So I don't know. Next time I go camping, I'll have a better antenna for trying to check in. K6USY.
Okay, good deal. I had to hold a second while I sneezed. 7-3 all. Good night. We're going in where it's warm. Good night. K6MYC off and clear.
Alrighty, good night, Mike. Good night, Rob, and good night to everybody on YouTube. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Good night, Aaron.